Victoria Beckham, the iconic fashion designer and former Spice Girl, has long been synonymous with glamour, sophistication, and unyielding determination. Her eponymous label, launched in 2008, has carved out a niche in the high-end luxury market, boasting collaborations with global giants and a celebrity clientele that includes the likes of Meghan Markle and Olivia Palermo. Yet, beneath the runway lights and red carpet appearances lies a tale of financial turbulence that has now escalated into what insiders describe as a full-blown crisis. Recent disclosures paint a picture of mounting debts, persistent losses, and a brand valuation teetering on the brink of negativity, a situation so dire that Beckham is contemplating the unthinkable, selling her beloved company to salvage her personal fortune. The roots of this predicament stretch back years, woven into the fabric of an industry notorious for its razor-thin margins and voracious appetite for capital. Luxury fashion houses often operate in the red for extended periods, pouring resources into branding, marketing, and expansion before reaping rewards. Beckham's journey has been no exception. From its inception, the Victoria Beckham brand has been a passion project, evolving from a simple line of jeans and dresses into a multifaceted empire encompassing ready-to-wear collections, beauty products, eyewear, and fragrances. Early successes such as the sold-out denim launches and the critically acclaimed handbag lines masked underlying vulnerabilities. However, as the global fashion landscape shifted, pummeled by economic downturns, supply chain disruptions, and the rise of fast fashion behemoths, the brand's financial footing began to erode. Insiders close to the matter have revealed that the company's balance sheets are now a stark reflection of these challenges. Liabilities have ballooned, fueled by hefty investments in international retail outposts, digital infrastructure upgrades, and sustainability initiatives aimed at appealing to eco-conscious consumers. Widening losses, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic's retail shutdowns and a subsequent slowdown in luxury spending, have compounded the issue. Reports indicate that the brand's net worth has dipped into negative territory, a red flag that signals not just operational strain but a potential threat to Beckham's overall wealth, estimated at around £400 million alongside her husband, David Beckham. This isn't merely a business hiccup, it's a personal reckoning for a woman who has invested not just money but her identity into this venture. The emotional toll on Beckham cannot be overstated. Sources describe her as humiliated by the public scrutiny of her company's filings, which lay bare the precarious state of affairs for anyone willing to pore over the documents. Anyone reading the paperwork can see the pressure, one confidant lamented, highlighting how the transparency required of public filings strips away the veneer of invincibility that celebrities like Beckham cultivate. For years she has shouldered this burden in relative silence, buoyed by the Beckham family's vast resources. David's media deals, endorsements, and ownership stakes in Inter Miami CF have provided a financial safety net. But even that support has limits. This isn't unusual for luxury brands, the source continued, but Victoria's label has carried that burden for a long time. People are starting to wonder how much longer the family can keep supporting it. Beckham's devastation stems from the profound personal attachment she has to the brand. It represents more than commerce. It's an extension of her evolution from pop star to tastemaker. The launch of her line coincided with a pivotal life chapter, postpartum after the birth of her daughter Harper, seeking purpose beyond the spotlight. Documentaries like the 2014 Netflix series, The Victoria Beckham Show, chronicled her hands-on approach, from sketching designs to negotiating with suppliers, endearing her to audiences as a relatable entrepreneur. Yet that same transparency now haunts her. She thought that chapter was behind her, but it's happening all over again, the insider revealed. The recent filming of a new documentary, intended to showcase triumphs like the brand's Paris Fashion Week debuts and celebrity endorsements, has instead amplified the embarrassment. She's embarrassed the business is still struggling, they added, noting her frustration at being typecast as the struggling designer, despite milestones such as the 2022 fragrance launch that generated buzz. Financially, the numbers are unforgiving. Annual reports from recent years show revenues hovering around £40 to £50 million, but operating costs, rent for flagship stores in London and New York, salaries for a team of over 100 and marketing campaigns, consistently outpace income. The luxury sector's recovery post-pandemic has been uneven. While competitors like Stella McCartney and Gabriella Hearst have secured lucrative buyouts or partnerships, Beckham's label remains independent, a double-edged sword that affords creative control but exposes it to market whims. External factors such as Brexit's impact on European trade and inflation-driven raw material costs have squeezed margins further. Analysts point to the brand's niche positioning, high prices for minimalist, elegant pieces, as both a strength and a weakness in an era dominated by streetwear and resale platforms like The RealReal. In response, Beckham is steeling herself for a strategic pivot, exploring a sale. The target valuation? An ambitious £350 million, a figure that reflects not just current assets but the intangible value of her name and loyal following. That's the sales figure being floated, the source confided. It's ambitious, but that's the dream scenario. She wants a buyer who sees long-term potential. And frankly, she needs the deal. Potential suitors could include private equity firms eyeing luxury turnarounds or conglomerates like LVMH, which have a track record of nurturing heritage brands. A sale wouldn't necessarily mean the end. Beckham could retain a creative role, much like Marc Jacobs did post-LVMH acquisition. However, the process is fraught, valuations and distressed sales often plummet, and due diligence could unearth more skeletons. This crisis unfolds against the backdrop of Beckham's personal resilience. At 51, she remains a fixture in fashion, attending Met Galas and collaborating with artists like Grace Jones for campaigns. Her family life, with David and their 4 children, provides grounding. Harper, now 14, even models for the brand, symbolizing generational continuity. Yet the pressure is palpable. Friends report sleepless nights and tense strategy sessions, with Beckham poring over spreadsheets alongside advisors. The brand means everything to her, the insider emphasized. She's under no illusions though, the numbers aren't easy to ignore.